That's exactly what was going on in this region. So let's try and understand what was going on here. So again, we can see lots of these aggressive buyers, aggressive buyers, aggressive buyers. But this time we break through the zone. So we want to kind of focus on what was going on in the retest, right? Or in this region here. Only inside the key level. So if we just kind of dive into here, what we can see is green candle. Again, this is a bullish candle, the candle that breaks above the zone here. So this 5-minute candle represents this 5-minute candle over here, right? This candle that breaks. So we had a wick break, and then we had the final body break. But what was going on here, right? Here is where we saw more aggressive sellers than buyers, right? More aggressive sellers than aggressive buyers. And we had that over here. So when we look at the ATAS platform again, let's bring that up. When we look at the footprint charts again, what we're seeing is 117 for 6. So with footprint charts, you don't need to read every single number. You're only looking for the outliers. So once you have your key level or your fair value gap, you are only looking for specific outliers in that key level. This is what gives you an indication as to whether the market's going to go long or whether the market's going to go short. And so your ability to trade is going to come down to finding these levels and then trading the reactions off them. So here we have a green candle here, 2 massive red delta outliers, and we break above, right? So we saw 117 for 6 and then 124 for 27. So let's try and understand what was going on. So we see 117 for 6 and we see 124 for what was that number there? 27, right? 27. Now we see this data on the footprint charts over here. So we see this data. So what does this mean, right? And how does that differ to what we saw over here? So here there were more aggressive buyers than aggressive sellers, right? This is the art of key levels. There were more aggressive buyers and sellers, but the market moved down. So this here was an area of supply. So sellers were in control. Now the exact opposite is happening. So if we just take a look at what was going on here, let's break this down. Here we have more aggressive sellers. So I'm just going to write AS. Here, the aggressive sellers are more than the aggressive buyers. So what's going on? If we break above, it means that the sellers failed, right? These are failed sellers, which means that buyers are in control. So this was a supply zone, and now we've swapped to a demand zone. So this is very important when it comes to finding key levels or when it comes to forming your higher time frame bias, right? So your higher time frame bias will come down to understanding who is aggressive and who is passive at your levels. So let's quickly